legs. Like you can't even compete with this. Like, sheesh.
Hello everyone. Firstly, these are trends and topics that were real prominent during these times. This does not mean that these events don't take place anymore, but it's definitely a cycle I noticed throughout the years of being a K-pop fan. I would also like to mention that a lot of these examples are girl group based, but I promise you, boy groups suffer through the same exact thing. I would first like to say that I did not find a curse or a trend that went on in first gen. Of course, because it was the beginning of everything, so this segment will be extremely quick. Since this is a generation that essentially laid down the groundwork for modern K-pop, everything is fresh and new, introducing new dances and new sounds to South Korea that they later on will start to embrace. This one is pretty extreme and probably the most traumatizing era in K-pop, but it's true. Second gen K-pop was extremely rough on trainees during the time. Multiple people like J-Park, Sungyeon from Kara, and even 9muse's members all went through forms of abuse and mistreatment. He would see trainees get beat or scolded at if they made any mistakes while practicing at JYP. Now he also mentioned that he was not the one getting beat, but he always witnessed it whenever someone messed up on choreography or messed up on their vocal sessions. Sungyeon from Kara will also speak about how much they were just simply overworked, to the point she would literally wish that she can just pass out than to keep going, because at least then she'll be able to get some rest. Let that sink in. This group would literally function off of 2 hours of sleep and then get ready for music shows. They were denied essential necessities that all species need to live, which was water. During Kara's iconic Mr. promotions, they couldn't drink water at times because their company thought that they would be too bloated on stage for the camera. Now, this one is real recent in my memory. Well, this is probably the most popular cases when it comes to idols being mistreated and abused. Here's a little screenshot of all the intense things these women went through before even debuting. A lot of these things were also documented on camera, like one of the staff slapping Sarah. I can't plug that on here, I'm sorry, but look, the downright abuse wasn't enough. These girls are also broke. Zia members say that the CEO took 70% of their group income, which is the same payment agreement on 9muse's lawsuit. This is the generation I became a K-pop fan, so sadly I was able to witness this. We all know mismanagement is nothing new to K-pop. Honestly, dozens upon dozens of groups went through this during this time. It ultimately killed a lot of these groups' careers, and you can even argue that K-pop as a genre would have probably been a little different if these groups were managed right and not set up to fail. Groups like Wiki Mickey, CLC, Google Dawn, Preston, Momoland, Laboom, and even Luna, they all suffered the same curse. It's hard to say which group suffered the worst, but CLC is definitely up there. This group had everything you needed in an ideal K-pop group, with a handful of hits, obvious visuals, and members with down-to-earth and transparent personalities. Cube Entertainment simply could not translate that into the fan base or even the album sales for the group. They did things such as selling CLC songs that eyes want. Even though CLC already performed the choreography and even sung the song, this group had a whole comeback stripped from them. Or how even the label would give CLC the right songs, but just at the wrong time. Everyone remembers Hobgoblin from CLC. I mean, it blew up. Cube Entertainment followed that same release with Where Are You?, which is a pretty good song, but it doesn't match CLC's Hobgoblin. Black Dress was later released and it seemed like CLC had their hype again. Well, they kinda did, only for the label to follow that up with Distance, which again is a song that I really like, but it doesn't match Black Dress in terms of concept and style. And also not going to forget how fans were saying that CLC will disband soon, and this group was only a few years into K-pop. Well, this group ended up disbanded by year 7 and have never performed at any concerts during their time. Momoland truly came out of nowhere with the huge mega hit Boom Boom. I actually thought Momoland was here to stay, but only after a year of the success, everything went downhill. They couldn't catch the same success that they had with Boom Boom because the music simply couldn't adjust. Not saying that Momoland music isn't enjoyable anymore, because Ready or Not is probably one of my favorite Momoland title tracks. The group's members also started to leave, and that can alter everything for any group's future. Daisy, Yanu, and Taeya all left the group. An English speaker, a visual, and a vocal. It was obvious that Momoland wasn't going to be the same anymore, and it's sad to see. Just like with Wiki Mickey, a few years from now, Momoland will be one of those forgotten K-pop groups. I would like to talk about Luna. I didn't realize how long this group was cursed with his management. This group was 6 years into K-pop and never received a check. Chu is one of the most popular members in the group. For a while, she was busy doing her own personal promotions. Obviously, she received no compensation. The staff also came out and mentioned that they never received any compensation for the work. The label was also accused of manipulating one of their staffs to stay longer and work, and she ended up missing half of her sister's funeral service. This is honestly the current state of K-pop. This topic is actually the reason why I'm making this video. As hard as it is for trainees to go through this intense training system, it's really easy for idols' career to end over a mere accusation. Idols such as Soojin, Garam, and Jennie are perfect examples for this segment. Soojin was accused of bullying an actress before she debuted. Cube did their digging and decided to boot Soojin. It later came out that Soojin was not found guilty in any of these accusations, but it didn't matter by then. She was already out of the group. Garam barely witnessed the idol life before she was kicked out the group, only a week after debuting. This case was similar to Soojin's case. Accusation, accusation, and more accusation. Before shortly going on hiatus and being kicked out, at one venue, fans were found actually booing Garam on stage. Due to the label feeling her controversy will become the group's controversy, they ultimately kicked her. Jennie is a little different. She wasn't accused of any accusation upon leaving NMIXX abruptly, but all of the accusations started to pour in when the label didn't give any reason for why she left. Maybe they assumed that's the best decision since she can leave the group peacefully with no stain on her resume, and she can even restart her idol career if she wanted to. Well, that was until fans started to dig, and some believe that she was kicked out because she was found intimate with other idols at hotels while she's 18. This is the plot that the fans are leading and running with, and honestly, whether if it's true or not, it's not good for her future if she wishes to continue as an idol. That is the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this one. This is honestly probably my best discussion video. I script some things so I'm able to get every single point I want out to you guys. I really like this topic. I've been sitting on this topic for maybe 2 weeks, and I know what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to collect everything for today so I could get this to you guys. That is the video, everyone. I'm out.
Paper boy, I'm about that paper boy. If you ain't on your grind, then you flex and use a hater boy. Paper boy, I'm about that paper boy. If you ain't making money, then you ain't a money maker boy. Paper clip, I'ma need a paper clip. I'm stacking up this paper so you know I'll make this paper flip. Paper flip, I'ma make this paper flip. Then head to Magic City and I bet this paper make a strip. Paper man, I'll be in the paper man like Wall Street Journal, yeah, cause I'll be getting paper man, I'll be getting paper man.